Hi, welcome to This Week in Ames. I'm Susan Guiazda. On today's show, we'll get the latest on what's happening with the Ames Sesquicentennial. My guest today is Melissa Munt, who is the Assistant City Manager with the City of Ames, but also one of the members of the Ames 150 Steering Committee.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me today, Susan.
Well, it's been a very exciting year for the steering team so far. It is the sesquicentennial year, the 150th anniversary of it's not necessarily the founding of Ames, but the platting of the first 12 blocks of the City of Ames. And as we get closer to the summer, we have a fabulous event planned.
Yes, we absolutely do. We're going to be celebrating our sesquicentennial starting on July 3rd in the evening and running all the way through the 5th of July, which is Saturday this year.
So the 4th of July has always been kind of a fun event for the community. We have a parade, and we've had now for the last 10 years pancakes at City Hall. This historic event provides the opportunity to really expand that celebration.
Absolutely. We're going to start out this year out at Ryman Gardens. The young professionals of Ames are doing the fireworks again, but this year Ryman's agreed to step up and actually host the community and our municipal band on that Thursday night, which is July 3rd, before the fireworks. And we'll also have a community barbecue out there. And the really fun thing is Hy-Vee is providing us 3,000 pieces of birthday cake to start off the weekend right. So.
Well, that's great. And let's be clear, fireworks this year are on
July 3rd, which is Thursday evening, the start of your holiday weekend.
Excellent. So they'll be that night, and then all the festivities continue.
Yeah, they absolutely do. They continue the next day downtown, Friday, which is July 4th. And as you alluded to, the last 10 years, the city and the mayor and council have their pancake breakfast out in front of City Hall. That will be the beginning of the weekend. And my understanding is you've added some additional fun to that.
Well, there'll be some live music. Some local bands will play. We've got some high school students playing, as well as some local musicians, followed by the 4th of July parade.
Yes, and absolutely. The Main Street Cultural District will be hosting its annual 4th of July parade. They're actually doing a variety of different things to make the parade a little more exciting and festive for this sesquicentennial year. And then once the parade's over at noon, we're going to open up on the 4th, the festival, the Ames 150 on the 4th festival in downtown Ames. And that will be on Main Street primarily between Kellogg and to the east near Vision Bank. And then going up Douglas Avenue towards the Historical Society building.
Really ramping this whole experience up. We've had a little bit of an after parade festival in the past, but this is really of a level that we've never seen before.
Absolutely. The 150 Steering Committee is partnered with the Ames Foundation, and those folks have been doing a lot of work out on the streets trying to get donations coming in. We've had some great corporate and individual sponsors come forward, and we're going to have some really unique stuff that you don't traditionally see after the parade. We've got about 6 or 7 different large-scale fun inflatables that we're going to have down there, a climbing wall, giant slide, things of that nature. And then we've got some classic games that we're going to be playing. Our Parks and Rec department is putting together a variety of relay activities, beanbag toss, just other fun stuff that you'll be able to perhaps sign up for in advance or sign up day of. And then we're looking at a variety of food vendors. And then also down in the area, we're going to actually have some historical presentations that folks who don't maybe generally go to the Historical Society can learn a little bit more about, say, the Dinky in Ames. And then the other thing is we're having a main stage, and it's going to run all day on the 4th from noon to 10 basically. And then on the 5th, same thing. And we're actually participating with the farmers market on the 5th.
So you mentioned the stage, and that is some really fabulous news that has been announced recently. Some fabulous live bands coming to Ames for free concerts. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, everything is free at the event. That's what's the most fun, to be able to announce that this is a free event, to have all of our families come out and neighbors and friends to enjoy Ames Sesquicentennial. And the acts that are live on the main stage are all free. And we're going to be, well, I guess I can go ahead here, Susan, and announce our headliners on Friday night, which is not our big night, but it's one of our big night. At 8 o'clock, we'll have the Sierra Leone Refugee All-Stars on stage. And they're a group that came out of the Civil War in Sierra Leone back in I guess mostly the 90s. And they're here in the United States, and they're just absolutely wonderful to listen to, and I guess, I don't know, you've read the press release. What's the style of music that you would say they play?
It's kind of eclectic group of, they use different kind of instruments,
Yeah.
sort of funk, rhythm and blues.
Yeah, and you'll be able to check them out on Ames150.com. And I think what you'll find is they're one that get you happy, dancing, and want to be on your feet. And then Saturday night, we have two great headliner bands, but the first, our opening act is Buckwheat Zydeco, and they are a Louisiana Bayou style of band. Zydeco music, they're actually the most famous in their group for the types of work they do. I believe they've won a Grammy or two.
Grammy nominated.
Yeah, Grammy nominated, there we go. And then the other one that is our big headliner is Robert Randolph and the Family Band on Saturday night at 8 o'clock. And they are absolutely fabulous, have opened for Eric Clapton, just have a variety of accolades out there, and their kind of calling card is the electric guitar that they play, and just really great open air festival music.
Robert Randolph was cited in Rolling Stone magazine as one of the 100 greatest guitarists.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Again, a high caliber type of musician.
Absolutely, and these musicians are, and the acts on the stage are being brought to us by a collaborative of people. Dan Foss has stepped up and provided quite a bit of money to the main stage, as has the Ames Convention and Visitors Bureau, along with the City of Ames. So there's a few others that are participating in as well, and we're just really thankful for their interest in providing this caliber of music for our residents.
Now, I know that the Ames 150 steering team has been working with Maximum Ames to bring some of these bands, those headliners, fabulous nationally known acts, but also we'll have some more local bands.
Absolutely. During the day, primarily on the 4th between noon and 6, which is when the festival is going on before the headliners will switch over, we'll have local and regional acts. And again, all free, open to the public, and those will be announced here coming up. We haven't confirmed all the bands yet, but we have a great selection of local and regional artists for the stage.
Now, you mentioned the website, Ames150.com, constantly being added to every day when we get new information, things being confirmed.
Yeah.
So certainly something to look at, to check regularly for updates.
Absolutely. We've got a group of people. Susan is one of them. That's why she knows a little bit about this. She's helping update that along with her communications committee that she's working with, and we're going to actually have all the information on the smaller historical stage that's going to be out there, so you'll be able to see what times those things are going to be happening, on the events for youth and families to participate in, so that if you're coming down both days, which would be optimal, that you can kind of see what to choose that fits maybe your taste best, or just something that you want to expose your family to that would be different. So,
one last thing before we go. There were some legacy projects identified as part of the sesquicentennial.
Yes.
Those kinds of things to leave behind for future generations to enjoy. Recently, we finished up one of those projects. Why don't you talk a little bit about the trees?
Absolutely. Had a great group of folks on the steering committee that sat out to work on legacy projects alone, and one of them was 150 trees that were all planted last Saturday in our parks, and it's a variety of trees. The idea is that the emerald ash borer is going to be striking the community as it is across the state of Iowa, so to replace some of those trees, but then also we've had storm damage over the last number of years, so this gives us 150 trees that we didn't have before that are going to be beautiful for future generations in our parks.
Great, and that project did, like you said, wrapped up. A couple of more trees maybe in the next few weeks to be planted, but
yes.
What a great legacy, 150 trees for Ames to recognize this milestone event.
And the neat thing is we're going to have plaques by those, so for the people who participated in that, web filing stepped up huge in that project, which was great to see. They're newer to the community and really got out there, provided a lot of volunteers for the planning, so that was it was really a fabulous community event for the 150. The other really exciting legacy project is for our Historical Society, and they're getting a trailer. It's about a $30,000 trailer to help spread the history of our community, which is great in its culture and diversity and background, and be able to get out into the neighborhoods and share that kind of a street and greet trailer version of history. So
wow, that sounds great. Well, it sounds like there's so much going on, and I appreciate you stopping by and telling us. I know we'll see you back to give us updates.
Absolutely. Just don't forget July 3rd through the 5th here in Ames.
Another date to remember is Monday, May 12th. That's when we'll have a Community Development Block Grant input session. That'll be with the Ames City Council and be held in the council chambers, begin at 7 p.m. Also, if you want more information on any meetings happening at the City of Ames, be sure to check our website at cityofames.org. Well, that's our show for today. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for This Week in Ames.